Yahweh Shemel Shah, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shemel Shah, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
That he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and a people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. But a child shall die 100 years old. But the sinner, being 100 years old, shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build, and another inhabit. They shall not plant, and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
The Lord promised better things for us, okay? Because the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, has a favorite people. And he's going to give this favorite people a heavenly kingdom. A kingdom that's blueprinted and formatted and patterned after his mind. How he want a kingdom to be.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. All right. And just going into, a nightly news and prophecy. All right. Going into 2026. All right. And I have a video, by the beloved brother Yaquab. All right. The channel, the Hopeful Elect 3. And what I want to get into, there's no good news for Babylon. It only gets worse. It gets worse before it gets worse. Okay, and then once it gets worse, it's going to get worse. Okay, it's downhill from here. You see, it's all downhill from here. Okay, dealing with the judgment that's getting ready to come, dealing with the joy, okay, of Babylon, the birth of Babylon. Okay, Babylon, this people being optimistic about Babylon being healed. Well, that's going to be a big disappointment if you're optimistic. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that word. All right, just get it. Okay, and it's going to tie back into the scripture, but let's just get this word optimistic. And it's getting hard for people to be optimistic. Okay, the way things are going. All right, so you get this word optimistic. Okay, it says hopeful and confident about the future. Okay, hopeful and confident about the future. Okay, you see, it's hard to be positive. It's hard to be hopeful and confident about the future, the way things are going. All right, promising, having that spirit that things are going to be promising. Well, it's getting impossible to look at things as promising, man, because things are only getting worse. Okay, these devils are rolling out, this new world order. Okay, they're allowing, society, to collapse. This is a controlled demolition. Okay, and you people are used to, going through recessions and depressions and things getting back, to normal. All right, well, this is different. You see, you people are used to, certain crises happening, certain, things becoming uncomfortable, but then they get back to normal. Okay, so you have people that's optimistic when it comes to what's next for Babylon. Well, we're here to tell you, as the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, if you're optimistic, okay, about this place shaking back, okay, you're going to be disappointed. You see, when you go into the book of Jeremiah, all right, let's get it, Jeremiah 51 and 8, and this is an AMP. It says, Babylon has suddenly fallen and is shattered. Well for her, if you care to, give balm for her incurable pain. Perhaps she may be healed. Perhaps she may be healed. Okay, and this is a mockery, because the Most High knows his intentions for America. Okay, for Babylon. You see, matter of fact, let's get this in Jeremiah 49, a few chapters prior. Okay, Jeremiah 49 and 13. Okay, it says, for I have sworn, okay, an oath by myself, says the Lord, that Basra will become an object of horror, a reproach, a ruin, and a curse, and all this city will become perpetual ruins. And this is a promise the Lord has made to himself, that he's going to destroy America, man. Okay, so in this chapter, he's telling them to take balm, as if there's some type of healing that's possible for America. No. All right. This is sarcasm. You see? Or what they call dark humor. You see? Nah, man, this it's over with. It's done. All right. The Lord has plans for America, and it only gets worse. The only news that's coming is bad news, man. An evil report. Okay, it said Babylon has suddenly fallen and is shattered. Well for her, if you care to. And see, we don't care to. See, you people, because you need American up and functioning, okay, for everything you believe in to work out. You see, your whole belief, your whole being, people's whole belief systems and being is based on America being up and running. So if this place is being taken down, people are being taken down. Their spirits are being crushed and destroyed. And they care for this place, man. This truth has made us dead to this world. Okay, we have no emotions attached to the fall of Babylon. Okay, you see, we have joy. You see, we have joy attached to the fall. See, the things that make you people depressed and get anxiety and okay, perplexity are the things that give us joy. Okay, because we have a completely different outlook, a completely different perspective that's in truth, that's in righteousness, man. This place being destroyed, this place being dismantled, all right, this society being tormented and punished and plagued is righteous judgment, man. Okay, it says get balm for her incurable pain. It's incurable. America is incurable, man, and it has made all right people incurable. America is incurable. It can't be reversed. There's no policy. There's no president. There's no, style of government that can cure America. It's incurable. And the majority of the people outside of the elect, all the people outside the elect are incurable, man. Because Babylon has taught people to run themselves to the ground, to destroy themselves, man. Okay? So Babylon and the majority of and the people in the outside of the elect are incurable, man. Okay? This is an incurable system. Okay? It is rooted in too much wickedness, all right, to be made right. So that's why it's only one option on the table, and that's complete and utter destruction. It said, perhaps she may be healed. We will have healed Babylon, but she was not to be healed. All right, because it's not written for this place to be healed. It's not the Lord's will for this place to be healed. Okay? That's not in the cards for America, man. It's to be healed, to be restored to some type of prosperity and glory. No, it only gets worse. Okay? It says, abandon her and let each return to his own country, for her guilt and judgment have reached to the heaven and are lifted up to the very skies, man. So the judgment of America has made it to the heavens, to the throne of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. And that judgment is going to come from the heavens, man. Okay? That nuclear destruction and the return of Yahweh Shah. Okay? Which is going to turn this place into a lake of fire. You see? So America, all right, has a date, all right, with destruction, man. That can't be altered. Okay? It's not going to be reversed. You see, it's going to be played out. The Lord's going to play his will out in the earth, man. Let's go here to Ezekiel, then we'll go into the video. This is Ezekiel 7. Okay, Ezekiel 7 and on 5 it said, thus said the Lord power, a disaster is coming. You see, this is in the AMP. Ezekiel 7 and 5, it says, one so destructive and injurious, so sudden and violent that it stands alone, a unique disaster. Look, it is coming. Okay, one so destructive and injurious and so sudden and violent, it stands alone. This is what's coming. This is what's coming down the pipe. This is it. This sums up the fate of America, man. It's going to be sudden, destructive, violent, a unique disaster, man. You know, all those nukes hitting, one landmass, that's going to be unique. So it's a unique disaster coming to America, man. An end is coming. The end has come. It has awakened against you. See, the end has awakened. You see, there was a time when, it was like prophecy was sleep. But now these things have awakened. They become to be active. Okay, the prophecy is an active part of people's lives now. Okay, it said, look, it has come. So it's here. Okay, so you go into going from 2025 into 2026. You see, we're in the time, all right, of the Lord awakening judgment. Okay, so you people, they complain all 2025. Well, you don't get a break in 2026, man. Okay, it gets worse. You see, so let's go here and let's say this is from the little brother Yaqua, the hopeful elect. Okay, 3, and we're gonna let it play. And we'll commentate as needed. All right, so let's go here, man, because I was like, you people, you're done, you're finished. You see.
In today's Money Watch, Americans are weighing in on the state of the economy. There's a new CBS News poll, and it shows that many believe basic necessities are getting more difficult to afford. Half of Americans surveyed say President Trump's policies make them financially worse off right now, with 45% of them saying they expect the same in 2026. Most of the people who answered this survey also say healthcare, food, and housing are either not easy to afford or difficult to afford. The poll also finds 63% of Americans surveyed disapprove of the president's handling of the economy, while 37% approve of it.
The Trump administration is cracking down on people who have been defaulting on their student loans. Starting next year, the administration will begin garnishing the wages of those in default. Notices go out next month. Millions of borrowers are considered in default, meaning they are 270 days past due on their payments. The department must give borrowers at least 30 days notice before they start garnishing their wages.
That's the cruel Lord. That's a cruel Lord, man. Here it is. People are catching hell. Okay. And they know people are being priced out of living. And in his mind, we're gonna garnish your check, man, for student loans. Okay. These colleges, they up billions. Okay, these colleges are straight. All right. But they want your $800 a week now. You see, AI patting your pockets, man. Charging you more based on where you live and your spending patterns, man. This is tyranny on another level, okay, that the Lord has Esau operating on, man. And you people that trusted in this place, okay, and have some type of, you're optimistic. You're only going to be destroyed, man. Okay, you're only going to be disappointed. You're only going to go into more depression, more anxiety. Okay. You see, there's no good news. Okay, no good news for Babylon, man. Okay, it's not a saying, it's literal. There's no good news. Okay, nothing good to be talked about. All right, so let's play some more.
Tyson plant gave us notice of a layoff procedure warn notice over a week ago. They'll be closing their facility as of January 20th, impacting 3,200 individuals for the community of Lexington. The general mood of the individuals coming in for our services, of course, is anxiety. What do I do next? Will I have a job? Where do I go? And what do I do from here? Tyson workers make up about 3,200 of the population of 11,000 of Lexington. And so they have a great impact upon the culture, schools, and everything that a community is comprised of.
I have 4 kids. My oldest is 21. I have one that is 13. I have one that is 11, and I have one that is 8. So when I told them, their reaction was to cry. They were mad. And I'm guessing that was just a reaction because they were heartbroken. They don't want to go anywhere. This is their home.
These plants have been underutilized, and we have a shortage of cattle out there in the U.S., and because of that, very vulnerable that somebody might shut down. Really, my heart was broken over the change of what it does to our community. We have a very strong community in Lexington that really is close-knit and very accepting of the packing industry as well as all industries.
We just hardworking people. That's it. We're just hardworking people. All we do is go to work, come to church. That's all we do here.
The emotions are just the same, just like everyone feels, because this is something, like I said, that touches every fabric of this community. No one seems to be spared. In the midst of all of that, the message remains the same, that whatever God allows to come to us, he allows it because he knows what he's going to do about it in the end. So I keep assuring them not to be afraid.
Well, that's false hope. Okay. And this Jesus character is going to disappoint a lot of the niggas, man. Okay. This Jesus character and this doctrine of Jesus is going to disappoint a lot of people, because people that believe in Jesus want America to be healed. You see? All right. It's a complete opposite is at play. Okay. See, when you're in tune with the true will of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, according to true doctrine, according to true prophecy, you know, we're seeing the will of the Lord at play. We understand what's next. You see, going back to these people being optimistic and just randomly hoping that America gonna be good, that the world is gonna turn for the better. Okay, nah, man, this is gonna be the most destructive time the earth has ever seen. Okay.
Well, folks, get ready for another round of mass layoff starting next month and the month of January and February. And UPS laying off 48,000 people just by itself. But it's going to be like IBM, Amazon, UPS. I mean, a whole line of companies. Some type of big old cheese company in California. So they say it's supposed to be a mass layoff. So all I can say is get ready for another round.
Whoa. What do we got here? The dollar's set for the worst year since 2017. Yes, the dollar keeps dropping. That's why gold and silver are the investment right now. That is real money.
That ain't gonna help. Okay? It's not gonna help. All right? It's more than just the dollar crash. It's gonna be a ripple effect. And gold and silver, you're not gonna be able to deal with the recoil. The dollar collapsing, you don't just flip a switch and now you're on this barter system. Okay, no. It's gonna get extremely violent. Okay, people are gonna be extremely desperate. Okay, and then how much gold could you possibly have? Okay, your little 0.8 ounces, you know, your little 0.8 ounce of gold, you know, 8 ounces, you know, 7 ounces of silver. That's what you gonna do? Okay, and especially if you just buying gold and you don't have the actual gold, but you just have, you know, a digital receipt of gold. Come on, man, what's that gonna do? Okay, and we're gonna get precepts. So I'm gonna get some precepts while he talk for a little minute.
And that real money keeps going up. Silver at $72, gold at almost $4,500. And that's just in the first year of this administration. This administration is going to keep costing the dollar value. It's going to keep going down and down and down. So if you want to protect your money, start thinking about gold and silver. That is the way to protect yourself, because the dollar, its first year performance under this administration, abysmal. What will 2026 bring? It's probably going to be just as bad.
So real quick, just to show, all right, the gold and silver. Now, there's nothing wrong with having it. If you got gold and silver, you can make plays and you got it. It's not a bad thing, you know, because you got it, okay? But as a solution to prophecy and the destruction that's to come, no. Okay, there's only one way to prepare for this, and that's to be the elect of Israel. You know, outside of that, there's nothing you can do. Now you go to Proverbs 10:2, it says, treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivered from death. Okay? So you go into this word treasures, okay? Because this whole system is corrupt, man. The money, everything is defiled and corrupt. You know? Like I say, if you can make a play with gold and silver and come up and do, you know, it's cool. You know, nothing wrong with that. All right? But when you start promoting, you know, gold and silver as some type of deliverance from what's to come, nah, man. Okay? So you go in the Hebrews, Awatazah, all right, for treasures. And it says what? Treasure, storehouse, treasure, gold, silver, etc. Okay? Store, supplies of food or drink. So if you a wicked nigga, your gold and silver is going to be no good. Okay? The earth is being judged for wickedness, man, not poor economic, okay, practice. See, the earth is not just being judged because of poor economics. No, the earth is being judged of wickedness, man. America has been the haven of wickedness in the earth. Okay, that's why I say it's righteousness, man. Okay, and right now, what our righteousness is of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. The only righteous thing that we can do is serve our King in faith and obedience. Okay, rehearsing the righteous acts as a token of our faith, as a token of appreciation, as we serve our King. All right, outside of that, ain't no righteousness of this system, man. Okay, so you can have treasures of gold and silver, it's not going to profit. You can have store supplies of food or drink, it's not going to profit. Okay, magazine of weapons, you see that? Magazine of weapons, none of these things is going to prosper, man. Okay, these are the times that we're in. You see, so where people is just going to be asked out, man. It's not going to be the solution to the problem. Okay, gold and silver. Go here. Let's get this in Zephaniah 1:18, and then we'll go back. All right, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, and verse 18. I started at 17. It says, and I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh, okay, as dung. Okay, so it's going back to wickedness is being judged, man. This is what's happening. This ain't just no random thing happening to America. Okay. Nah, man, this is judgment going forth. You see? The Lord getting ready to get busy in the earth, man. Righteous judgment is finna be the play. This is what we're witnessing, man. This is what's happening, man. Okay? Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is finna establish righteous judgment. Okay, he's finna bring correction to the earth. All right, and people are like blind men, not knowing what to do. Why? Because sin Sin is the problem. The earth is overran with sin, wickedness, and rebellion. Okay? So these carnal solutions, nah, man, there ain't no solution. Judgment got to go forth. That's the only solution. You see? So it says, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as a dome. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to devour them. Okay? Shall be able to devour them. Shalaki. Neither shall their silver or gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them in the land. And that's here in America, man, which is going to get it the worst. America has the worst judgment, okay, that's set to come. You see? So let's let this play some more. Let's go back. All right. So these guys that, you know, the people trying to get these corner solutions, man, you're gonna fall far short. Okay.
The immigration crackdown here in the United States is about to be more aggressive moving into 2026 and through the rest of Donald Trump's presidency. According to a new article on Reuters, they said that ICE and Border Patrol agents are now getting $170 billion in new funding through 2029. This is 10 times the amount of their current annual budget. As you can see, it's a massive increase. So how will this new plan work? Well, it says that they're going to be hiring thousands of new agents, opening more detention centers, expanding jail pickups, and for the first time, they're going to be going extremely hard at workplaces. So imagine farms, factories, and other job sites. To put this into comparison, this year alone, the Trump administration kicked out 622,000 people. That's a lot of deportees. Next year, they're planning to hit over 1 million. But this is where the backlash comes in, because according to government information, over 41% of people that were arrested by ICE had no criminal background except for an alleged immigration violation. There had also been arrests of people who were doing everything legal. There were also people pulled for those who were going through green card interviews, naturalization ceremonies, or even student visas.
So prepare for ICE, you know, to get more aggressive, you know, for them to broaden, you know, the reason for deportation. You know, heard rumors about ICE saying, you know, they're going to be asking everyday Americans about papers. You know,
many are wondering now that the Trump administration could be going after businesses, farms, factories, etc. Will businesses be pushing back on this? Let me know where you stand on this in the comment section below. I'll be sure to keep you updated, so please do share my videos and follow me for more.
Is it not weird that every single country is canceling its New Year's celebrations around the world? And they're all canceling because of terrorist attacks or threats of terrorist attacks. But you want to know one country that is on the target for terrorist attacks? You want to know the one country that is not canceling anything for New Year's? Well, it's the United States. The United States is not canceling anything despite all of these other countries saying that they have gotten terrorist threats of terrorist acts that will happen on New Year's. And America has gotten them, and they get them all the time. And I'm pretty sure it's the worst it's ever been. Now, they are not canceling anything. Not to mention, we just had a few of them that took place in America. And I'm just confused. I mean, there's still going to be the ball drop in New York. And I'm just like, dude, if you value your life, you might not want to go to these large gatherings. And this means anywhere in the United States, because I guarantee you, the targets are there. Now, remember, they just had the foil that was going to happen. They foiled plans. There were going to be an attack.
You know, and we have to be mindful, you know, brothers, you know, you few sisters, be mindful, be circumspect, especially these big cities, man. You know, because this is an atmosphere, you know, the devil does false flags, and you got authentic, you know, psychos, people on edge. You know, a lot of things are false flags, and also you're going to have more authentic, okay, situations happen because people on edge, people can't afford life. Okay, so you have these gatherings where people are celebrating and doing these particular things, there's people that can't afford life, man. They feel some type of way, So these things prepare for uptick, okay, on particular things, false flags or authentic, but prepare for uptick in particular things, man. If possible, make preparation to don't even have to be out around this time, man. Stay out the way, if possible. You see?
Attack in LA that was going to happen, I think, like a couple weeks ago, and they were caught planning it. So imagine the people who have not been caught that will try to carry out some type of act of terrorism. But there's no celebrations that are canceled. America's not following what the other countries are doing. They're trying to do their own thing because we're America. But I'm telling y'all be safe on New Year's, because I'm not sitting here saying I guarantee something's going to happen, but I can promise you that, like, people are preparing to do something. It's whether or not if they're going to carry it out. So y'all be safe out there, whether you're in New York or in LA or in Louisiana, wherever you are, y'all be safe out there, because it's not safe out there.
Hey, y'all, I just want to say, I feel like I side with the whole situation with Ben Shapiro, Megyn Kelly, and the conservative movement. I really don't care. I'm not really into politics like that. So whatever happens, as long as it doesn't affect me, but it is actually affecting me. Like, shit's way more expensive nowadays. Like trying to get a pack of like ground beef and eggs and shit like that be kind of like expensive now. So it starts to affect me, and it's starting to really piss me off. The system, like the working class citizens and the average people, they get treated like scumbag and pieces of shit. Like, this is bad out here. Like, it's fucked up world we live in. Like, the average people are getting treated like they don't matter, like they don't exist at all. Like, it's fucked up. And it's hurting. It's a problem.
And what people are realizing that their government hates them. Okay, this is what people come into the realization. All right, your government hates you, despises you. Okay, and they only have more wickedness planned. You see? So people are, some people finally coming around the corner in this understanding that their government hates them. Left, right, whatever it might be, it's all the same agenda. Okay? It's all leading to a new world order. All right? It's going to be more tyrannical than this one. Okay? Because it's going to be a system based off more control. Okay?
When it comes to relationships too, and trying to get married and all that stuff, it's a huge problem. The average people are getting legit killed, and the only way to make it out is to not be average. And the thing is, it's not easy to just be average. The average salary is $50,000 a year. You think people could just be rich off of working an average job? No, it doesn't work that way. It'll never work that way. It's going to take years upon years. It's going to take like decades upon decades to work in order for that to even be thought of. It's not fair for the average American to become successful in today's economy. It's not fair to even live life like that, because housing crisis, like most Gen Zers can't even buy homes at all. Like, it's not even a thought for them to buy homes at all. Like, most Gen Zers are not even able to afford to live on their own, basically. They have to rely on their parents. They have to rely on their mom and dad in order to get by. And it's a fucked up situation because it's not their fault. The system and the government and everything is against Gen Z. It's against young people, and it's a messed up situation that we're in. But we all gotta fight. We all gotta.
There's optimism. All right, ain't fight for what? All right, and it's not just a thing against Gen Z. The Lord is against this wicked society. Okay, you see, this society has rebelled against Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. And now the Lord is beginning to speak back. Okay? He's beginning to respond to the rebellion that's in the earth. Okay? And now everybody's the victim. No, everybody been wilding, refusing to listen to the prophets. Okay? So now we're in the time of judgment. The Lord he's about fed up with talking. This is why you have things being set up for them to do heavy censorship. Okay? So going back to 1 Thessalonians, let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5:1, because the Lord is going to allow this word to be removed because he's going to be all action, no talk. This is the time of talking and negotiating and reasoning. Okay, this grace period, but the Lord's going to draw back his hand. And it's going to be all action and no talk. Okay, it says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. We know what time we in, man. We know we in these times, man. That's why everybody's saying the same thing. Every brother, all right, the spirit from the apostle and elders on down is saying the same thing, man. In 2026, all right, it's feeling like it's gonna be like it's gonna be a year to remember if we make it through that year, man. You know, but the spirit that's surrounding 2026, man. You know, things are gonna go to the next phase. We know what time we in based on what's happening. Okay, according to prophecy, man. If we're tapped in, the scripture say we're occupied in prophecy, we know what time we in. Okay, it said, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief. Okay, in the night, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You know, so the judgment is going to walk these people down. You know, and then they don't understand. Even these people speaking, they don't understand how bad this is going to be. They don't understand that this is the judgment of the Lord. Okay, they're just still optimistic about some type of recovery. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, only judgment. All right, judgment is at the gates, man. Okay, and it's not gonna take much for the Lord to open them gates, man, and just flood this place with judgment. Okay, so you know that's the point. You know, just want to go into that real quick. Lord will, you know, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kabadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.